Hello, this is Carlos from the Church of Christ channel. Please subscribe. So today I want to do a Bible review. This is called the Connecting Scripture New Testament. It's a Christian Standard Bible, and also usually most of these Christian Standard Bibles come from Holman. Now, what I like about this is a study Bible of biblical allusions and quotations. So if you want a study Bible, that's New Testament that gives kind of a reference to all Old Testament scripture. This is a good, scripture to have. Okay, and this is brand new. I think it came out. I want to say 2025. I think it came out. Yeah, so it came out in 2025 in Brentwood, Tennessee. Now, I want to tell you how this Bible works. So, of course, it has table of contents, and it also has a list of articles, and those are very good to read, and it has different tables, okay? So I think the scholars that did this, their name was J.K. Beale, and Benjamin Glad. Okay, now this is how this works. Okay, so with every gospel, there's a brief introduction talking about the author, message, summary, all of that. Now, when you get over here, okay, and you see this in the green, okay, these are reference points that they give in the Old Testament, and you can find them. So they have different. So you have some in the blue. I mean, not in the blue, in the black. Okay, that gives kind of your general scripture. Okay, and then you have those in the green as well. So you do it by A. There's your stuff on A, B, okay, and then you see where it has like C, and you see where these are in green. Everything in green on some of these, based on the wording, is a reference point from the New Testament to the Old, okay, and it gives more general stuff like of course, Genesis 29:35 here, that's in black and that sort of thing. But these give, like in the green, if you see them in the green and they're in the green over here, they give reference points to from what's in the New Testament to the Old. Now, speaking of blue, you'll see direct quotes from in the blue as well. Now these are supposedly are direct quotes from the Old Testament. Okay, so you'll see like this is Matthew 1:23 here. You see this is O. Okay, and you see where it has it listed in blue right there. Okay, so if you want to, and another thing I forgot to mention, sorry about that, is they have notes down here as well. So that age of study, not only with the scriptures up here, but with the notes down here to give that parallel of how things happen from the Old Testament to the New Testament, and vice versa, how those compare to one another. Okay. All right. Yeah, so then you have what you call different charts. So like you see how this, like on what is this, Acts 15, you see how there are different, charts and stuff here. Talks about a holiness code from the Jerusalem Council, and then the Jerusalem Council, it has those different charts, how they are both parallel. Okay, so that's important to kind of distinguish that, because a lot of people have say the notion that the New Testament was just made up and all that. But this you can really clearly see like how the Old Testament and the New Testament parallel. Okay. Now, in the back, they have an index. And for each scripture, they'll show here again that we just saw all of the scriptures from the Old Testament to New Testament verses. You have them in green and then you have them in blue. And usually I go back and I get like another Bible and I study it and I do these different word studies. So, scriptural studies, I mean. So one thing about the Bible, there's many ways to study the Bible, okay? There's word studies, there's reading the whole scriptures in its entirety and learning the context. There are principle studies, and then there are comparison studies. And so this right here gives you a good way to learn and have a comparison study, okay? All right, and then of course you can see other features here. I'm not gonna go so much into that. You can look at this as but yeah, like I said, these are from J.K. Beale and Benjamin Glad, and they came up with some really good. It's really good to see this type of work being had. And of course, it aids in my Bible study a lot because you learn how to connect scripture and understand the meaning of things a lot better. Okay. And that's what it looks like. So, all right. Well, this is Carlos from the Church of Christ channel signing off.